Okay, my friends, it's time to get out your oracle cards, your tarot deck, your whatever art supplies you have this week, because we're going to do a little art ritual, 10 minutes a day, from Sunday until Saturday, and checking into what you need to see about your business in 2026. There's some really great astrology by the end of the week in order to get some clear insight into whatever it is you need to see, to receive messages from your spirit guides, your angels, your allies, your ancestors about your business in 2026. So I'm going to take you step by step through that. You're going to see that each day you will receive some messages about different areas of your business, different insight that you might need to receive. And then you're going to have it all in a little book that you can, keep with you, so you can look back on it and see if there's any messages that you need to keep in mind for the year ahead. And know that, as you're doing this week, I know it's September, so there's still lots of time before the new year. And the reason we're doing this is because of the type of astrology that we're dealing with Mercury being Cazimi and in this especially strong sign. It's just a really great week to get some insight from the divine about your business. So we're gonna capitalize on that and actually align with that energy so that you can see what you need to see, but know that you're doing this just for this initial. That's how I'm approaching it anyway. I'm approaching it as my initial dive into peering into the year ahead, because I tend to take, from September, October, November, December, I keep dipping my toes into peering into the year ahead in that last quarter, because I just really like to get a clear indication. And every time I do it, it just helps me to become more and more aware of where my energy should be best spent. And being a highly sensitive entrepreneur, that's really important to me, especially with a chronic illness. I mean, I don't have all the energy in the world. This is something I'm always having to navigate. So it's really important what should be taking most of my time and energy, and where should I be directing things to make the most of what I have. So I hope this little art ritual helps you this week. I think it's a great week to do it. So enjoy. Don't forget that I created this spell for you to actually download and print, and you'll see that on my blog. You'll have access to that, where you can just download this, print it so that you can fold it to create the 8-page mini journal. So you use it as the background, and it really helps to give your book that extra touch. It gives your spell a little bit of that extra magic. So go download it and have fun using it.
Let's begin by lighting a candle. Let's pretend this candle is a signal, a beacon, calling in your spirit allies, your ancestors, and anyone who supports you from the unseen realms. As you light it, you can speak silently or loud something that invites support from spirit. Maybe something like, I call in my spirit allies and ancestors and all those that are here for my highest and greatest good. I am open to receiving messages that support my growth, my business, and my path in 2026. Imagine you feel the warmth and the light of their presence filling your space, surrounding you with love, protection, clarity, allowing yourself to trust that whatever comes through today, whatever comes through in this art spell, whatever comes through in the 7 days of you doing this art spell, it's going to be exactly what you need to see for your business in the year ahead. I'm taking a moment to actually prepare my tarot deck, some of my oracle cards, the energy and the space. I'm not going to do that every single day for the art spell, but I do that on the first day, on Sunday, so that I can just feel energetically prepared for the week ahead, and so that every time I sit down to do my spell, I'm feeling connected and clear, and everything I'm going to use is ready and available to me. Next, you're going to want to take a single sheet of paper. This is going to become your mini 8-page journal. There's actually a printed page that you can download from my blog, and this is what it looks like. It's the protection spell. I mentioned that earlier, so you can definitely start with that. You're just going to fold this piece of paper lengthwise, like creating a rectangle. Then you're going to fold it in half again, so you have a smaller rectangle. Then you're going to just keep folding it. And then when the folds are in place, you're going to open it up again a bit so that you can just see that center crease and just enough to allow the pages to be open a little. And then you're going to cut that one little section, open it up, and then refold in that way so that you can actually move the pages and it actually sits neatly and becomes your 8 pages that you need for the journal. Let's start with the cover page. This is the first page you're going to see. Obviously, it's the cover of it. It's also the heart of your art spell for the week. You're going to take your pen, your pencil, whatever you have in front of you. Maybe it's marker, some crayons. You're just going to think about your intention for the week ahead. And you're going to write that on the cover of the book. So something like, I'm open to receiving clear, loving guidance from my spirit allies and ancestors about my business in 2026. I wrote, I will see what I need to see about my business in 2026. As you write, imagine the words carrying your intentions. Feel the energy of your request, of your curiosity, of your hope. Then just listen, trust your hands, let the magic unfold. As you create each page over the next 7 days, know that you're kind of forming a habit, not just of planning or strategizing, but of giving yourself space to receive, to reflect, and to connect with the unseen support that surrounds you. This cover page is going to anchor the energy of your entire spell. After you've laid down all the magic on it that you want to, you're going to be able to start each day by just lighting your candle and calling in your spirit team. Let's begin with Sunday, the energy of the sun. So just feeling yourself settling into the space, letting your body relax, your mind soften. Just remembering this is your time to connect with your soul, your spirit allies, your ancestors, your core self, and the soul of your business, the essence of why you do what you do. You're going to open your mini journal to that first page. And this is yours to fill with intention and clarity about the guidance you're going to receive. And specifically, you're going to invite your spirit guides, your allies, your ancestors, the elements, whatever it is that you connect to spiritually. You can even imagine that a channel of light is connecting you to your intuition, taking a few moments to breathe, letting the light and energy of the sun fill you. The sun in ancient astrology represents your essence, your vitality, your inner leader, your core self, your spirit. So this page is your invitation to connect to that part of yourself. And as you create, you can use the color yellow if you want, like I am, to connect with the sun. You can draw, write, sketch symbols, doodles, shapes. Like this is your magic. We don't tell you how to art here. We definitely don't tell you how to witch here. So do whatever it is that works for you, whatever helps you express your connection to your business. But think about the questions. What does my spirit want me to know about my business in 2026? What direction feels aligned with my purpose? Where does my heart feel most called to focus in my business in 2026? Again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just let your intuition guide you. You can use your tarot or oracle cards. You can just trust whatever comes. You can just work with small marks, intuitive writing. You can just do whatever you feel will help you to come to an answer today. Then when you're ready, you're just taking a moment to notice what arises when you receive that answer. And as you're drawing it or as you're putting it down on paper, how does it make you feel? The insight you're receiving? Maybe you're getting a thought, an image, a feeling, or even just a sense of clarity or curiosity. This is the sun illuminating, warming, reminding you of your power, your purpose, and the guidance that is always available to you. Before you close your page for the day, just take a moment to thank your spirit allies and your ancestors and your core self for the messages you received. Thank the sun. Trust that what you captured is what was important for you to capture, and that the insight and the clarity is going to continue to unfold over the week as you move through the pages. Know that you're just beginning this with intention, alignment, and connection, and you're going to receive the guidance that will help you grow, plan, and thrive in the year ahead. Welcome to Monday and the energy of the moon. Take another deep breath, slow. Feel yourself arriving in this moment, in this space that you've created for yourself and your business today. Because we're going to turn inward to notice what your emotions and sensations and thoughts are telling you about your business in the year ahead. So open your journal to the page that you have for Monday, the moon's day. This is your space for that guidance, for sensing rather than thinking, just like the moon likes us to do, for letting your body and your heart speak. The moon asks us to pay attention to what feels aligned, resonant, or inspiring, to trust what we feel in our bodies, not what we think we should do, but what truly moves us. One way I like to connect with this energy, or just the way I decided to kind of tune in and attune to my body, is draw an outline of a body on the page. It doesn't need to be precise. It can just be a simple outline, like a map of your inner self. And then as you think about your business in the year ahead, you just notice where sensations are arising in your body. Maybe your chest feels more open, or there's a tension somewheres, or maybe your tummy's feeling a certain way. You just let your hands translate the sensations onto the page, using color, paints, markers to express what you're feeling. You might choose a blue to represent calm, maybe red for excitement, or green for growth and hope. Just trust whatever colors you feel pulled to use, and try to align them with the emotions that are coming up as you think about the year ahead. You can add words or short phrases if they come. These are like notes from your heart to your spirit allies. You already asked guidance for the week and your support from your ancestors, from your spirit allies. So just trust that they're speaking through the sensations in your body, through the emotions that are arising, through this just sacred moment that you're taking for yourself. And there's no need to judge what appears on the page. There's no need to judge what you sense or feel. You can do that later. You can judge and edit and figure things out later. For now, you're just putting it down. You're trusting what comes. The moon's guidance is gentle. It's about noticing, feeling, and honoring what arises. If an emotion surprises you or feels uncomfortable, just treat it with curiosity and compassion. Your body and your heart are carrying the information of what you need to see and what your spirit wants for your business next year. So just take your time, breathe as you work, letting each mark, color, or word be a reflection of what you're sensing inside. This page is a conversation with yourself, your spirit allies, your body, your inner guidance, and the subtle messages that come through your emotional body. When you feel complete, you can pause, take a deep breath, notice the patterns, the colors, the words that stand out. Thank yourself for showing up again today. Thank your spirit allies, your ancestors for the emotional guidance that they are helping you to receive. Trust that these feelings and insights are important, that they are seeds that are going to continue to grow and inform you about your business in the year ahead. And then as you close your page, just feel that sense of connection. You are learning to listen to yourself, to your emotions as a form of guidance, and your moon page is your personal map. Just trust that. Welcome to Tuesday, the energy of Mars. Take that deep breath in, connect with your journal, connect with the intentions for today and for the week. Mars energy is about courage, momentum, and the action steps you can take to bring your vision for your business in the year ahead into motion. So while yesterday with the moon focused a lot on feeling and sensing, today we're focusing on action. Not just thinking about it, but noticing where spirit is nudging you to move forward, to act. You can open your page to the next page. That's the page for Tuesday. And then begin again by just tuning into your body. Notice where you're feeling some energy building. Notice where there might be hesitation, restlessness. One practice I like to use is, again, just pulling the tarot cards. But for this action, I actually pulled 3 tarot cards because I just needed to see the 3 actions that Spirit wanted me to take in my business in 2026. And then I didn't overthink the meaning. I just simply noticed the images, the colors, the symbols, the feelings that came to me with the tarot cards that I saw. You might see one card that points to reaching out to new clients, or another one that suggests something more general, like just, having faith or surrendering. Or a third that guides you to actually take the time to organize or clarify your offerings. You're just, again, trusting whatever is coming forward. Once you've pulled your cards, allow yourself to just reflect quietly which of these actions sparks a sense of possibility or excitement in your chest or gut, which feels challenging but in a way that might stretch or expand you. You can also write those impressions on the page as well. You could illustrate the cards if you wanted to, or little pieces of the cards that you see. You could note key words or shapes or colors that capture how the action makes you feel in your body. Remember, this isn't about forcing you to take a step immediately. It's just about thinking about what might be the most important actions to take in the year ahead, or what are the actions that Spirit is highlighting for you, even if it's in small and subtle ways. These actions can be tiny gestures, but you're just acknowledging them as your first step right now, and acknowledging that, okay, this might be the movement that the Mars energy wants me to take. This might be the movement that my spirit allies and my ancestors think is the most important thing for me to consider right now, because maybe it's most aligned with stepping into my power, claiming my purpose. Just, again, trusting whatever comes through, but at least getting an indication of where the movement wants to happen in the year ahead. When you're done, you can again feel that gratitude for what it is you created, and also for the support that you received, and for the clarity that's starting to unfold more and more throughout the week. Wednesday is the day of Mercury. So take that moment to settle in, let your shoulders relax, Today is about clarity, detail, and practical guidance. Mercury asks us to pay attention to the messages that can help us organize, plan, and focus our efforts for the year ahead. So you're going to open your journal to that Wednesday page. You're going to center yourself, maybe light your candle, gently asking your spirit allies and your ancestors to guide you towards some practical, actionable insight for your business in 2026. You might say something like, Spirit, please help me to clearly see what my main focus should be in the year ahead. Show me what needs my attention and how I can act with intention in the year ahead. For today, I worked with an oracle card. I just took a moment, shuffled my deck, let my intuition guide me. I didn't overthink it. I just noticed what was drawing me about the card and what was revealing in the card, trusting that my spirit allies and my ancestors were supporting me and helping me to choose the perfect card for this question today. And then take the time whenever you feel like you've received the guidance that you need to about your main focus for the year ahead. And then just start putting those thoughts, those impressions, those words, the message about your main focus into form on the page. You can draw symbols, doodles, colors that just capture the essence of the guidance you received. Let the page reflect both the clarity of Mercury and the way it speaks through your intuition and your spirit allies. Notice how you might become more alert or detail-oriented as you do this. Mercury energy invites you to break things down, to prioritize, and notice patterns or opportunities that may have been hidden before. So even if the guidance feels small or subtle, just take note of it. These little insights can point the way to meaningful focus in the year ahead. Finally, take a deep breath. Thank your spirit allies and ancestors for their guidance. Sit with your page for a moment. Notice any thoughts, ideas, or sparks of inspiration that arise. Some more. One last time. This is your space to receive that practical insight and to honor the intelligence and the wisdom of your inner guidance. Because Wednesday, Mercury's day, is about focus, clarity, and understanding the steps that matter most in the year ahead. Great work, my friend. Here you are for Thursday, the day of Jupiter. So you're going to take a moment again to settle in, to maybe light your candle. Again, call in your spirit allies, your ancestors, whoever's here for your highest and greatest good to help you receive the messages that you're meant to receive, because today we invite the expansive, abundant energy of Jupiter into our practice. Thursday is about seeing the big picture, opening to growth, and welcoming opportunities that align with your soul and your business in the year ahead. You can open your journal to Thursday's page and begin by asking your spirit allies and ancestors to guide you toward insight about the areas in your business where expansion, opportunity, and abundance are waiting. You might say quietly to yourself or write on the page, Spirit, please show me where I can grow, what opportunities are aligned with my highest good, and the big dreams I should stay open to in the year ahead. As you can see, I like to work with color first. So I paint the page with this particular page with Jupiter. I used the color green because to me, Jupiter really represents that growth, the abundance, the possibility, and the expansiveness. And I just associate that with nature and the color green and, the vibrancy of summer. This green represents to me that fertile ground where my business can grow, the energy of potential that might be waiting for me. You can also just pull an oracle card or a tarot card just to receive just one really clear message about where to focus your attention for growth in the next year. You can shuffle your deck, let your intuition guide you, pull a card that speaks to you. And as you look at the card, notice the images, the colors, the symbols, the words that catch your attention. These, I think, are the insights that Jupiter and your spirit allies or your ancestors are offering you today. This big picture guidance, inspired ideas, and gentle nudges towards abundance. On your page, just write down the key message of the card. And even if you didn't pull cards, but you just sat with what was the big dream, or what is the big dream for the year ahead that you're feeling is most important. Trust what you're feeling in this moment. Trust what you're feeling today. Jupiter's energy reminds you to stay open, that your vision can grow, and that abundance often begins with just simply allowing yourself to imagine and receive that guidance. And when you're done, you can thank your spirit allies and your ancestors for the wisdom they offer today. And just sit with the moment, with the energy of your page, noticing any other ideas, feelings, or sparks that emerge, because these are going to, again, be the seeds of growth that you're going to notice in the year ahead. Today we're working with the energy of Friday, the day of Venus. So you're going to take a moment to settle in once again. And Venus invites you to bring in guidance around relationships, collaboration, and creative expression in your business in the year ahead. This is about the people, the projects, and the creative work that's going to nourish your business and bring joy to you in the year ahead. So open your mini journal to Friday's page. You can begin by quietly asking your spirit allies and your ancestors to guide you toward clarity about the relationships and the creative projects that matter most for your business in the year ahead. You might even say to yourself, Spirit, show me the relationships, the collaborations, the creative projects I should focus on in the year ahead. Help me to see what will bring the most aligned energy and joy. Or say something or write something that feels aligned for you. Today, I did something a little different with my page. I wrote down 3 creative projects I've been considering for the year ahead, each one on its own small piece of paper. Then I folded them, mixed them around so I didn't know which was which. I placed them in an order from 1 to 3, intuitively noticing which one felt like this was number 1. And actually for me, as I was shuffling and mixing them, one of them just fell out. So I knew, oh, that's the one for number 1. And it gave me a really clear message about which project was number 1, which was number 2, and which was number 3. And of course, for this page, all I really cared about was what is the most important project for the year ahead? Which one should I be prioritizing? And that's why we're diving into this question on Venus's day, is because where should you be putting your creative energy in the year ahead? That's the answer that I'm hoping to help you find today. So you're going to take a moment. If you want, you can do it the same way. You can write down your creative projects, your goals, or your ideas on small pieces of paper. You can fold them, shuffle them, and then lay them out in a sequence that you feel guided to without knowing which is which. And then just maybe even just notice which one draws your attention first, or which one feels light, which one feels exciting or inspired. Because this is nudges that your spirit is leading you to this creative project and prioritizing that particular one. Then on your page, you can note the answer that you received. You can do that in words, in imagery, in color. I share a lot of these kinds of creative ideas about how to receive insights in different ways in my online course, Art Journal with the Moon to Plan and Vision the Year Ahead. It's actually one of my favorite courses. I just share a lot in that course of different techniques because I like spending a lot of time planning and visioning the year ahead. It's just makes me feel sorted and organized. And it just helps my nervous system to kind of get a feel for the year ahead and peer into the year ahead so that I can locate myself. And it's just a practice I've been doing for many, many years in my business, and it's really supportive and helpful. So this was one of the ways that you can do it. And again, today with the energy of Venus, we're just looking into what it is that might be the most important creative project for us to prioritize in the year ahead. Well, welcome to Saturday, the last day, my friend. This is the day of Saturn. So again, just settle yourself in, maybe light your candle. You've asked for your guidance. So we're going to receive messages from your spirit allies or your ancestors about your business in 2026. And this time we're going to focus on guidance into commitment and structure. So you're going to open your journal to that last page, Saturn's page, the page for Saturday. What do I most need to commit to in 2026? That's the question I wrote down on this page, because this is about practical, grounded steps that you're willing to take, the boundaries you will hold, the structures you're going to put in place, the actions you're going to prioritize that honor the guidance you're receiving all week. For this page, I even suggest looking at the insights that you've gathered over the week. Maybe there's some patterns that you notice, some repeated nudges, some themes that felt especially strong, because these are the threads that deserve your focus. You might write a little bit of a list, create some simple symbols that represent what you're going to commit to, even draw a path or a structure that shows how you're going to move forward. You can even ask yourself, where can I put clear boundaries to protect my energy? Or what is the one or two things that I must for sure commit to in the coming year? I like to think of Saturn not as rigid or limiting, but as like a wise teacher who helps me turn the messages I've received into something tangible, actionable, something that creates structure in my business, that makes me feel, held, supported. And then, of course, this page is actually sealing your intentions for the week. So when you're done it, when you've seen what you're going to commit to or what your biggest commitment for the year ahead is, then just spend some time feeling gratitude for the week that you spent doing this art spell, for the guidance that you received, the clarity, the inspiration that emerged over the whole week. Know that the work you've done in this art spell is not just about planning, it's about weaving spirit, intuition, and sacred attention into your business in a way that will guide you steadily throughout the year. And then just pause and acknowledge yourself for showing up for this practice, for taking the time to bring the sacred into the everyday, for taking the time to bring the sacred into your business. Even if it was just 10 minutes a day, it doesn't have to take a lot of time, but it's really helpful. And your business, your creativity, your heart are going to just really thank you for it. So good job taking this time to show commitment to yourself and to your business in the year ahead. I hope you enjoyed your journey.
I hope you enjoyed that art ritual. Just know I tend to share these art rituals every Sunday. Well, every Sunday that I can, might skip sometimes again, because of my energy capacity and what I'm capable of, but I really try to harness in on the astrology and work with it in with some art magic with you so that we can grow ourselves and our businesses. So keep an eye out on for that, and make sure that you sign up and subscribe and sign up to my newsletter so that you just don't miss these, because they are such little golden, easy, simple art activities that you can do aligned with spirit to really receive the insight and the magic that your business might need in the week ahead.